Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. And as usual, we're going to have a lot to talk about today about you and your business. I'm going to start off with this with a conversation with a company called the Clutch Group. That's Clutch, C-L-U-T-C-H Group.com. Abhi Shah, he is with them. And Abhi, welcome to the program. Let's start off with your elevator speech. Tell us what your company is all about.
Thank you, Kevin. It's great to be with you this morning. So Clutch Group is a global risk analytics company. We work very closely with general counsels and chief compliance officers of Fortune 500 companies. And basically, we have 7 offices across the U.S., Europe, and Asia. And we assist these companies in dealing with some of their most complex legal risk and compliance challenges.
Okay, interesting. And you're a multinational company familiar with the laws in all of these various countries.
Yeah, interestingly, the legal market is $700 billion plus, and the U.S. makes up more than half of it, and the U.S. and U.K. combined are close to 2/3. So they really dominate the industry.
Yeah, that's pretty depressing. We don't make anything anymore except for laws that have to be interpreted in courtrooms. Oh, man, that's interesting. So talk a little bit about, first of all, where are you corporately located?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, that makes sense. What a dumb question. And you have offices in how many countries?
So basically, D.C., New York, and Chicago is the footprint in the U.S. No surprise there. 3 out of the top 5 legal markets here. London and Zurich in Europe, and Hong Kong and Bangalore in Asia-Pac.
Interesting. What is your position in the company?
I'm the founder and CEO of the company.
Interesting. Talk a little bit about the scope of your services, what you do.
So, when you hear about legal and compliance, the picture that flashes in your mind is courtroom drama, right?
Perry
but
Mason.
That's really only the climax of the movie. Most of the time, effort, and energy is spent behind the scenes in trying to, go through the relevant information and documentation of the company to come up with a strategy, and for the client and their outside counsel to decide whether to fight, whether to settle, what to do. And in today's day and age, in the world of big data, this has become a pretty huge problem because companies now have digitally stored information, sitting on servers across 20, 30, 50 countries. And the systems don't necessarily talk to each other. So how do you even start? Where do you even begin to find the needle in this haystack that's going to help guide your strategy? And so that's sort of where we come in. We have a cool analytics technology, that the company has built over the years. And leveraging our technologies, we have solutions in the areas of litigation, investigations, regulatory compliance, and risk. And we come in with our solution and basically help navigate this massive ocean of terabytes and terabytes of unstructured data. It could be emails, could be attachments, could be audio calls, Bloomburg chats, the whole gamut. And we sort of help deduce facts or golden nuggets of hot documents, if you will, that really drive the action then that follows in the courtroom. So it's very interesting.
Yeah. So are your clients law firms?
No, in fact, our clients are primarily financial institutions, life sciences companies, and energy companies, of course. These are the verticals that are heavily dominated with regulatory issues and investigations and litigations and so on. So we work directly with the corporations. The law firm is also involved in the picture, but they're sort of, in the advice and the courtroom drama part of the work, whereas we come in to help them garner insight from their data that drives the decision-making, that results in the courtroom drama, of course. So we work side by side with the client's law firm, but we work closely on a daily basis with the corporation directly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And how many attorneys and how many employees, rather, do you have globally?
So globally, we have around 350 employees. They are primarily lawyers, compliance experts, financial experts, technologists, process experts. That would be the range of folks. But a large part of what we do is driven by innovation and automation led by technology. So this is the team that sort of, drives the efforts globally.
Give me a sense of the size range of the companies that you work with.
So, typically, if you look at financial institutions, we work with 7 out of the top 20 banks in the world. Similar sized pharma companies, medical device companies in the life sciences sector. And energy is our sort of newest vertical, where we have one of the largest oil and gas companies in the world, that we work with, as well as others based out of Texas, let's just say, that's the hotbed for energy and oil and gas. So that's the flavor of the clients. You might be surprised, but the size and scale of the clients we work with in the sort of the global and Fortune 500 ranks, they typically spend anywhere north of $1 billion a year on legal and compliance fees.
Wow, that's interesting. Talk a little bit about, if you were to open another office in the United States, where would you think that would be?
Well, clearly Texas and West Coast would be the next two candidates in terms of geographical expansion in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. Is Texas? You are already actively working in Texas? You'd like to expand that footprint?
Right. We already working with clients out of there, and so we want to expand that footprint as well as on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I appreciate your time and enlightening us about what you're all about. Give us your website before we wrap up the segment.
Yeah, the website is www.clutchgroup.com. Again, it's clutchgroup.com.
Yep, and I want to encourage the listener to check it out. Abhi Shah, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Enjoyed talking to you.
You bet. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you today's program brought to you in part by CAOOY.org and SKV.com. More for you right after this on The Price of Business.